A massive 7.4 earthquake just rocked Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, triggering panic, confusion, and a tsunami warning. But what really happened, and why was the tsunami threat suddenly cancelled? Let's dive in. What happened in Kamchatka? On the early morning of July 20, 2025, a violent magnitude 7.4 earthquake shook the Kamchatka Peninsula in eastern Russia. The epicenter was located approximately 250 kilometers southeast of Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, the region's largest city, and occurred at a depth of 103 kilometers beneath the Earth's crust. This depth made it an intermediate depth earthquake, less likely to cause surface rupture, but still powerful enough to send shockwaves across vast distances. Residents were jolted awake as buildings trembled, sirens blared, and mobile alerts flooded the region. Panic swept through coastal towns. Within minutes, authorities issued a tsunami warning, sparking fears of a disaster like the 2011 Japan quake. Why was there a tsunami warning, and why was it cancelled? The tsunami alert was issued based on the quake's magnitude and location. Earthquakes of this strength, especially near tectonic plate boundaries, often displace large volumes of water, creating tsunami waves that can travel thousands of kilometers. However, not all strong quakes generate tsunamis. In this case, after monitoring ocean buoys and tide gauges, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center (PTWC) determined that no significant wave activity had occurred. Within 45 minutes of the alert, the tsunami warning was cancelled. Authorities confirmed there was no abnormal sea level rise detected along the Russian Pacific coast. This quick cancellation may have avoided widespread panic. However, it also raised important questions. How do officials determine tsunami risk so quickly? And why do some major quakes not result in tsunamis? Understanding earthquakes in the Ring of Fire. Kamchatka lies in the Pacific Ring of Fire, an arc of volcanoes and fault lines stretching from New Zealand to Japan, across Alaska, and down through South America. This region is home to 75% of the world's active volcanoes and 90% of all earthquakes. The tectonic activity around Kamchatka is primarily caused by the subduction of the Pacific Plate beneath the Okhotsk Plate, a microplate often associated with the North American Plate. When these plates grind against each other, stress builds up, and when it's released, we feel it as an earthquake. Large earthquakes here aren't unusual. What made this one noteworthy was its timing, magnitude, and the region's vulnerability. What experts are saying? Seismologists have weighed in quickly on the quake's implications. Dr. Elena Petrovna, a senior geophysicist at the Russian Academy of Sciences, said, "This earthquake fits the pattern of deep subduction zone quakes. While it didn't generate a tsunami, it reminds us of the enormous pressure building beneath the Kamchatka arc." USGS scientists noted that the quake's depth likely helped mitigate surface destruction, but also warned of aftershocks, which could still cause harm. Aftershocks ranging from magnitude 5.0 to 6.3 have already been recorded within the first 12 hours. Damage and impact on local communities. Fortunately, due to the remote location of the epicenter, major cities like Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky avoided catastrophic damage. However, the effects were still significant. Dozens of homes experienced cracked walls and broken windows. Power outages were reported across several towns. Landslides affected roadways in the hilly interior. Several schools and public buildings were evacuated as a precaution. Emergency response teams, including military units, were quickly deployed. Helicopters were seen delivering aid to inaccessible villages. Mobile medical units were set up to treat minor injuries and check for trauma-related conditions. Geopolitical and strategic significance of Kamchatka. Kamchatka isn't just geologically important, it also holds military and geopolitical significance for Russia. The peninsula hosts major Russian Pacific Fleet facilities, including nuclear submarine bases. Following the quake, defense officials confirmed that no damage was reported at military installations. Still, satellite monitoring of the region has increased in recent hours. The strategic importance of Kamchatka means any natural disaster here has potential ripple effects far beyond the local region. Global response and monitoring. The quake was immediately registered by international seismic monitoring stations in Japan, the US, and Europe. While it didn't pose a tsunami threat to countries across the Pacific, alerts were temporarily issued in Japan, Alaska, and Hawaii, which were later downgraded. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, IFRC, offered support to Russian disaster response teams, though the Russian government has not yet requested international aid. This quake also comes amid growing global attention to natural disasters and climate resilience, highlighting the importance of robust warning systems and public education in high-risk zones. What comes next? Aftershocks and preparedness. Aftershocks are highly likely. According to the USGS, there is a 60% chance of magnitude 6.0 plus aftershocks in the next 48 hours. Authorities have urged residents to avoid unstable structures, stay away from coastal areas, keep emergency kits ready, follow official updates closely. Public drills have already been scheduled in the region for the coming weeks, and schools will conduct earthquake safety training. Interesting facts you might not know. Kamchatka has more than 160 volcanoes, 29 of which are active. Earthquakes often release energy equivalent to thousands of nuclear bombs. The 2025 quake released an estimated 5 by 10 to the power of 7 joules. The Ring of Fire has been unusually active in 2025, with large quakes in the Philippines, Chile, and Alaska in the past 6 months. Despite modern tech, scientists still can't predict earthquakes. They can only monitor conditions and give probabilities. Conclusion: a wake-up call from beneath the Earth. The Kamchatka earthquake of July 2025 serves as a dramatic reminder of the forces constantly shaping our planet. While disaster was thankfully averted this time, it underscores the need for vigilance, preparation, and global cooperation in the face of natural threats. Kamchatka will continue to shake in the months ahead, but with science, awareness, and readiness, we can reduce the risk of tragedy when the next big one hits. Did you know that over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel? We totally get it. Life gets busy, and sometimes it's easy to forget. But here's the thing, subscribing is completely free, and it really helps us keep creating the content you enjoy. So why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? It only takes a second, but it makes a world of difference to us. Thank you for your support.